Oh, hello. It is Soos back here on the Spirit Guy channel, and we're doing our Bond Part 3, 1980s. And yeah, and we have, I am down here, and I am here with Bob, and Waggers, and Snowy, and Spirit Guy.
And Bob.
I said Bob. Oh, and Pepper. Oh, no, it is Pepper. So, okay, that's the crew. We've been watching the Bond films. We're going to give our little capsule reviews on the 1980s. So here we go. So our first picture up is For Your Eyes Only. Oh, it's 1981. For Your Eyes Only. Oh, and it's a big, big hit single. And a return to seriousness for the Bond series. Oh no. And we're swimming like Sheena Easton through the waters. It's tranquil. It's it's not as it's never as good as I remember it somehow. So what did Soos, what did you give For Your Eyes Only?
Oh, I forgot. Can you tell me, Papa? Yes, Soos, I will tell you. You gave it a 4.
Oh, I think I gave it a 5, didn't I?
Yes, you gave it a 5. I gave it a 3.
What?
I didn't like it.
Oh, only for you, Roger Moore. Roger Moore still isn't ancient at this point. Waggers, what did you think about
I gave it 10!
a 10?
Best movie ever!
Snowy, what did you think?
I gave it a
4. Well, it's an interesting picture. It's the 12th Bond picture. It's the beginning of this same basic group of people being, especially director John Glenn, doing all the movies for the 1980s.
Got cheese for you!
So, overall, we don't like it as much as Moonraker, even though it's got Julian Glover and Topol in it. But
yeah.
it's one of those things. I mean, because we like Moonraker so much with its big, big things, and I don't know. For Your Eyes Only. The ski sequence is great. It's got its great bits. The water sequence ripped off from the Live and Let Die novel. It's more Flemingish. But you just didn't really take to it, did you, Spirit Guy?
No.
Okay. Next up is 1983's Octopussy. Octopussy was, of course, the second Bond film technically released that year, but we're not covering Never Say Never Again at this juncture. We're only covering the official Eon films.
Yeah.
And Octopussy did go on to make a lot more money than Never Say Never Again did, so Roger Moore was declared the winner of the Bond Wars that year. But Octopussy it's a big movie with lots of stuff in it. It's not always great stuff. It's Octopussy. It's not bad. It's not great. I gave it a 4 this time. I was a little underwhelmed. What did you give it, Spirit Guy?
I gave it a 4.
A 4 also.
It's
What?
Soos.
Oh, Swoosh, is that right?
Yep.
Yes. I found, it to be a bit, well, like Octopussy. Waggers, what did you vote?
I gave it 10. Best movie ever!
Everyone's the best. And what about you there, Snow Bear?
6.
Oh. Like, so Snowy gave it the largest of the reasonable numbers. It's alright. What it's again, we had the same crew of John Glenn and Anthony Way is still doing the same things, and
I make my own Bond movie on the horror shelf.
what?
My own Bond title on the horror shelf.
A Bond title on what?
He said he's making his own Bond title on the horror shelf.
I thought he's making his own horror shelf on the. Oh my gosh, there's Never Say Never Again. Oh, that's not real. Don't believe that. Oh no. Oh no.
Hi.
Oh no. It is. It's A View to a Kill, or was it From a View to a Kill until Duran Duran got their hands on it, or was it always A View to a Kill? it's just terrible. It's still it's getting worse lately for me. Except for a few minutes, it's teetering on unwatchable for most of it. Patrick McNee doesn't help it for me. I gave this. Did I give this a 2, Spirit Guy?
You gave it a. Yeah, you gave it a 2.
That's about as low as I can go on a Bond film, and the 2 is earned pretty much exclusively by the the blimp sequences at the end, and I mean they go out of their way. I don't know. The whole pre-title sequence is ruined by the stupid music cue. Waggers, what did you have to say about Yeeloculla?
Piece of crap!
There you go, people. Waggers has hates that movie, so that tells you something. What about you, Snow? What did you think? Yeah, we're on our way to our lowest average ever. What about you, Strike Guy? What did you actually give it?
I gave it a 2. It sucks. There it is. Done.
Soos, did you give it a 2 also?
Yes.
I'm afraid that I did. That's pretty much unanimous. I mean, and I hate this. And poor Roger Moore is past it. And there's sequences that defy description in their terribleness.
Roger Moore's dead now.
Roger Moore is dead now.
He's
Yes.
a mummy now.
I don't know about that.
A mummy.
I don't think he's a mummy, but we are all a little mummified watching the fire truck chase and other things that happen. And Christopher Walken's one chance to be a Bond villain is pretty well blown on this, and he's one of the best parts of it. And Grace Jones is fine, but oh my God, the film's pretty much turgid. And just it's I'm sorry to make Grace Jones look so long. Ugh, bleak. Oh, it is Roger Moore and Bibendum. Bib, the Michelin Man. We love you, Bib. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Okay. Now it is time for Timothy Dalton. It is 1987. The world is changing, and we have the living daylights.
Show me.
What?
Show me on camera. Thank you.
Pepper needs to be seen.
Yeah.
The living daylights. Timothy Dalton, and there's definitely a change of tone. Though the exact same people who keep making all these movies, so you see, we got Richard Maybaum and Michael J. Wilson are still writing all of them this decade, and John Glenn's still directing all of them this decade. And sometimes we change our composer, but that's about the extent of it. This movie is not getting better, but it's still good. It's one half is European James Bondian adventure, and it's with a car that skis, and it's good. And the second half is, I don't know, it's kind of a boring desert plot that really doesn't go anywhere. Arabian Nights or something.
What?
No.
Oh no!
What did you do? At any rate, so but I think I gave it a 5. Didn't I give it a 5, Fresh?
Yeah.
Soos, what did you give Living Daylights there?
Soos gave it a 5.
Oh. And Waggers, what did you decide on that?
I give it 7.
7! Oh, it happened again.
And what about you there, Snow Bear?
I give it a 5.
A 5?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because no one.
Well, that's about the size of it for Living Daylights. I mean, it's
You didn't ask me.
what did you give it?
5.
Oh, there's all our Blu-rays and our James Bond Legend game and our Blu-rays for the 1980s.
We got this off for License to Kill since it has on it.
Oh, it is on. That's right? It is, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Then we get the For Your Eyes Only, Octopussy, View to a Kill, Living Daylights, and pretty soon the last picture we'll be covering. As per this is standard with this series of Blu-rays, the covers suck. So there's hardly any reason to even show them. But
These are better covers than this.
well, I don't know. That's 6 of one, half dozen of the other. But I've had more editions of the Bond films than you've had hot dinners, and these are not the best covers.
Hot dinners.
Really,
Yeah.
really hot dinners. Huh. Oh, No, things are out of control. What do we do? What do we do? Waggers, what did you give License to Kill?
I give it to the best movie ever!
Oh, that's right. License to Kill, the last picture of the 80s, the flavor of the month. And it's the latest thing, you know, it is presently fashionable. It's presently fashionable to be reassessing License to Kill and deciding it's the best or the next best thing to the best thing ever, because Timothy Dalton's very serious. The film, the story is oh so Fleming, ripping out huge chunks of Live and Let Die and other novels to present in a very Flemingish kind of way. But there's also stuff that people won't cop to about, that it's not all that smart, some of the movie.
Ask everyone else their ratings.
Well, let's see. I haven't gotten to. I was on my own monologue. What did I give it? A 5 or a 6?
You gave it a 5.
Yeah, well, that's about what it boils down to because of the weird, dumb stuff.
Soup.
You give it a 5 also.
We got a slipcover, boy.
It's one of our slipcovers. I wish we had slipcovers on all 24 of them, but we do not. Snowy, what did you give License to Kill? Yeah, is it dark enough for you, Wagner?
Yeah!
What'd you give?
I gave it 10, I said already. Why you ask me again? You asked
Because Soos, did you give it a 5, 6, 4? Oh, good rating from Soos. Well, yeah, it's License to Kill. It's got a couple of things that are really terrible. Like as we discussed when we were watching at the it is Pepper's booty.
I thought it.
The 3 times that we go through the exact same conversation about but now you guys have to leave. It's just so stupid. And just the whole notion of him going rogue agent is I find very tiresome. It doesn't really get us anywhere. At the end of the day, we're right back where we started. It's not like he's really going to be kicked out of MI6, is it?
No.
No, of course
Let's
not.
do top 24 Bond films.
We will when we finish all 24 Bond
Even
films.
though there's only 24, so it's pretty much a ranking.
Yes, well, that's what we're going to do. When we get to the end, we are starting our next section, our Brosnan pictures tonight. We're going to be watching GoldenEye probably, won't we?
Yeah!
You've been playing a lot of GoldenEye in that there 64 over there, haven't you, there, Fresh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that.
Look at this.
What are you doing?
You need it.
What are you? Oh, you gonna whip it out and show it to the kids?
Best game ever!
Oh yes,
I'm serious.
it is a good game.
You got this from Pawn Shop.
But that's because it's not my original copy. I had a nice copy. Who knows what happened to my original copy? It's long gone. Whatever. In any event, this has been Bond of the 80s. We are going to be. Soos is going to be back. Yes, Grandpa. Let me get a moment to say something to the people. Yes, we are almost. We're getting into the newer Bond films. The old Bond films are behind us, and I know that the kids like those Pierce Brosnan movies. We'll check them out. We'll see what they're like.
Let me do the outro.
And then so we're here.
Bye.
Okay, Pepper. We're on the Spirit Guide channel.
Yeah, night.
Okay. Good night, everybody.